Hello, this is Adrienne Obi, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And I am going to say a few things. Just say a few things. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, so I may say these things more than once. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I'm just going to keep saying it until I actually believe it. Okay? I've got other things to say, but I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I realize this is the hardest part for me. As I was going through some things, I realized I've never been without anger. Been angry from the beginning. Very angry young lady. I smile, I laugh, I joke, I exist, I play, I sing, I dance. I'm angry. Been angry all my life. It's probably why I got up to 500 pounds. Because I was most likely stuffing anger. I'm inherently angry. I admit this. I've come to this reality. I accept this. There's a lady that I really respect, and she is a healer. Her name is Alicia Harcel. I really love her. And she even made a special offer for me, but my finances are such at the time I couldn't even take advantage of that. I felt mortified. But one of the things she had posted many years ago was about anger, and was saying that one of the biggest blocks to abundance is anger. Because anger takes up so much energetic space. Anger. And it can prevent us from having room for all the good things that we want in our lives. Anger. We can even be holding the emotion of anger trapped inside of our bodies. Anger. And that's why I mentioned that I believe my weight issue probably had to do with anger. And that my recent issues, probably with food and body issues, have to do with anger. I thought I was out of that anger. But I married someone who made me like all that anger. And I mean, for me personally, I was born, I think, with anger. So this exercise about, you know, I don't feel anger, living in a life where there is no anger or anything. It's hard because I don't recall not having the anger. Maybe when I was little, my brother had me throw a match on the fire. I don't remember anger, just fear. But that's not good either, is it, right? If I'm honest, I was angry from the beginning. I was raped at 18 months old. My first memory is anger. Angry at everything. The world. Especially men. Anyway, according to Alicia, releasing anger frees you. And she gave an exercise that helps to identify anger, so we can release it, right? So, what she says is to find a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed for about 15 minutes. And then you get a pen and a paper, and a sheet of, pen or a pencil, piece of paper, and you write the word anger at the top of the paper. And then empty your mind as much as possible without censoring yourself. Just write down everything that comes to your mind about anger. Include every word, every person, every past event. Anything you can really think of that triggers anger in you. And do not judge what you're writing. I mean, there's no right way or wrong way. If you got anger, you got anger. Because only you'll see the paper. It's between you and yourself. So, be honest about the anger. And so, when it feels complete, the list, you wrote the list and you got all your angry words down on the list, then you have to burn that paper. Burn it. Burn that paper. And you place the paper in a fireplace or a metal bowl or in the sink or whatever, so it'll be safe to burn. And as you light and watch it burn, you have to make an intention to release all of it, all of that anger, to the light, to be transformed, so you can release it. And if you're unable to burn it, as an alternative, you can bury it or release it in moving water, such as a river. But you got to get rid of the paper with the anger. So when it's complete, if you would like the following spiritual downloads, just mentally agree. Okay. And set into intention. Okay. She's set into intention for everyone who reads this and agrees and receives the downloads. Okay, so here are the downloads. I started with one, so I'm going to start again. Because I'm wondering if it's going to feel different once I burn the paper. Right? So here are the downloads. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I am worthy, deserving, safe, and allowed to live my life without anger. I no longer need anger to keep me safe. I know how to live without being angry at myself. And this is to help release anger. So I hope that you do this. So I'm going to say this again. I know what it feels like to live without anger. I'm worthy, deserving, and safe and allowed to live my life without anger. I no longer need anger to keep me safe. I know how to live without being angry at myself. And so it is. Okay. So I said that noun, but I'm going to say it again after I burn my paper, after I write out my paper and burn it. And I hope and invite you guys to do the same. I would love to hear how it worked out for you. Okay. Well, this has been Adrienne of astrologyinside.com, and you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/astrologyinside, and our Facebook group is facebook.com/groups at astrologyinside. Much love, much light to all. Bye now.